Hey guys, Megan with ReachWrite. We're going to walk through how to quickly just make some forms on your ReachWrite site using gravity forms. So you can do a lot of things with forms, contact forms, prayer forms, serving forms, and you can pretty much get any sort of field of information that you'd like. So this is just a basic, like, let us know you're coming type form. So you've obviously got name, email, date fields, and then if obviously just a paragraph field. Like I said, with your forms, you can use them for a lot of different ways. So we're just going to walk through how to create these. So when you're logged into your website, you're going to go up here to new, and then you'll go to form. And with your forms, it's obviously starting with your form title. So this is where you would either do, as you can see here, we've got contact form, like a let us know you're coming, women's dinner, RSVP. You can do prayer request, serve request, baptism forms. So we'll do, let's do a serve with us form. Description, this can show if you'd like. So this would be somewhere where you can say, hey, if you're interested in serving with us, please fill this out. Someone will be in touch with you. So when you go into create, it pretty much starts with, you've got a blank canvas here. Over here to your right, you've got all of your fields. So standard fields, these are all your data entries. And then we've got advanced fields, which are personal stuff, name, email, things like that. So you either can click and drag where you want them, or you can just tap. So I just did name, we'll do phone number. So I'm just going to click that one and you'll see that it just kind of folds right in. Okay. So for this specific field for the serve with us, I'm going to do name, phone number. We'll do email address. And then I would like to have some options for people to choose from, different areas of ministry that they might want to serve. So we can either do radio buttons or check boxes, or you have drop downs. So I'm going to kind of go over all these fields just so you can see kind of what they look like. So your radio buttons are just going to be your circles where somebody can obviously choose one item. Check boxes, you're able to choose multiple. You've got single line text, would just allow somebody to type in an answer. Paragraph text allows for just a larger answer to be typed in. Drop downs are obvious, so obviously you'll have choices that somebody, or you'll have the drop down menu. Numbers is where somebody just puts in a number. Sections, this is kind of how you break up a form. So let's say if you've got a very long form that someone, like an application, something like that, and you actually want to break up things, you can put a section break, which just kind of puts a big title here. You obviously can change what this says. And then a page break actually is going to make this into a multiple page form where you would have a few questions. It's going to have a big next button to continue on type of thing. So that's pretty much all of these. Obviously name, date, time, phone number, these kind of things. The CAPTCHA is something that some of you might want to have if you want to prevent spam. Your website's pretty good about preventing that kind of stuff, but if you want to sign up for a CAPTCHA, you can do that. You just need to go get an API. This kind of walks you through it. It's pretty simple. So we're going to go up to the top of our form and we're going to make some of these required, and I'm just going to show you how to edit some of these fields. So obviously if you're going to serve with us, I want to make sure we have your name. So we'll just make this required. So we're just going to put a checkbox there. And as you can see, it adds the asterisk right by the name. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing for phone number and email address so that I get that person's contact information. And now here we'll do our serve option. So here's your field label. So right now it says untitled, and then we're going to just say choose a ministry. Okay, obviously you can have a description if you want to say something, but just going over the basics here for you guys quickly. Okay, you only get 3 at first, so if you need to add some, you obviously just click the little plus here and it'll continue to make yours up here. Okay. Let's just do Okay, so you can see it obviously shows you up here exactly how it's going to look. So if you need to make any edits, you do that here. Again, if you want to make something required where they cannot move on without filling it out, just check the box for required. Okay. Check boxes work the exact same way. So this is the, pretty much same thing. Okay, you would just be filling this out. First choice, second choice, third. Shows you right here. If you want to make it required, again. This was called single line text. So this is literally where someone's only able to answer a short answer. So this might be, something like that. They're obviously only going to be answer yes or no. Your paragraph text is just like I said, for someone to put a longer answer. Your drop downs are going to work the same as your check boxes. So you'll see as you start putting as you start putting stuff in, that shows up in your drop down here. Okay. Your section breaks, again, this was just to break up your form. And when we're done with this, I'm going to save all this so you can see how it's going to look on the front end of the website. So this was just a section break. So here we'll just put, I don't know, this is just, I'm just going to show you can change. Okay. And it literally just looks like this. I'm going to remove this CAPTCHA because this obviously isn't going to work because we don't have an API here, so that's not going to show up on the outside. So once you're done with all of your fields, we're just going to hit update. That's going to save our form. So if we are to go out here on our website, this was just a basic let us know you're coming form. If we're putting the form that you just created on a page like this, if you want the form here instead of having to click on a button and then going to a form, you can just edit and put your form right here in a section. If your form is too long, or if you are needing it, let's say on your connect page, if I'm just going to add a button that says, join our ministry team, then we would want to put a button here and not put a form directly here. So then we need to add our form to a blank page first. So we're going to just create a new page. This is literally just for the form. So nothing else is going on this page except this new form we just made. So we're going to create this page. We can just name it Serve With Us, which is pretty much your form title. And then we're going to have to add our form in. So we're going to click this little plus sign here. We're going to add a block. And then your forms are in embeds. So we'll click form right here. It's going to have all of your forms that you have already made directly in this drop down. We're going to choose the one that we want. Immediately this pops up with, do you want to show the form title and the form description? There are times where you may not want to have those showing. If your page title is the same, or if you have repeating information, you might want to turn those off, and that's all you do is click the little button there to turn them on and off. I'm going to leave mine on so that obviously it shows what we want to have on this page, and then we're just going to hit publish. It's going to save this page. We're going to go view it. So here's my Serve With Us form. Okay, choose a ministry that you're interested in. It does only let you choose one on your radio buttons. On your check boxes, you can have multiple. Okay, so that's the difference. Some people like the circles, but then obviously you can only choose one choice. Check boxes allow you to choose multiple. Okay, here's your text form, and then your paragraph. See, and of course, since it was required, it didn't let me move on. And then here's your drop down. Okay. And then obviously when you submit, that goes to wherever we want to send that. So, oh, and this was my section break. That's what I wrote. Thank you for your interest. There's your submit button. So if we wanted to go back here to this connect page, let's say I want to add that page here. So I want this to link off from a button. So I'm going to add a button right here in this children's section. I'm going to show you where I got this hyperlink. This obviously just came from the page I just made, okay? You might actually need to look that up. I'm not going to get fancy with this button because this is just a sample, but this is where I would say something like join our, join our ministry team. Then when someone clicks this button, it skips to that form. So I'm going to save this page. Let's look at it. And there it jumps right to our Serve With Us button. So a quick recap, where I got that URL is here. Serve With Us, or whatever you name your page, you're going to copy this to put on your button link, which was here. Okay. If I just wanted to add the form directly in here, we're going to delete that button. Then we would go right up here to Elements. We're going to type in Gravity Forms. We're going to click, drag that over here, grab the form that I want, and that's where it's going to directly add it right into your section. So this is what I'm going to show you. So this is why you would want to have a button linking off versus putting your form right here. This form right here is a little too long to have here. And sometimes you don't want to turn somebody off by looking at a very long form. Someone might see this and say, oh, there's too many things they're asking. I don't have time for this right now. So not to say you can't have long forms, but if you're going to have a longer form, or if you just don't have room on your section for your page, make a button and have it link off. That's kind of the easiest way. Okay. So we're going to go back to the dashboard here. I'm clicking too fast. We'll go back to our form. If you needed to go back in and make any edits, you obviously can go back to forms and edit your form here to take out fields, change labels, whatever. If we want this form to go somewhere specific, obviously the Serve With Us form might need to go to, your men's pastor or whoever's in charge. Who needs to get this form? You're going to change that right here in the settings under notifications. These automatically get sent to your administrator email, which is always one person. So if there's multiple people that need to be receiving different emails for different forms, this is where you change that. So this is where it says it's always sent to admin email. If I need this change to be sent to someone specific, you're going to delete that and just put in the email that you need, where you need it to go. Okay. This is just saying that it's being sent to Megan@reachRightStudios.com. It's going to come from the admin email address on the account, and the subject is going to be new submission from Serve With Us. Okay. And then it's going to send me all the fields that I have requested. You update the notification, and then that gets sent to me. Confirmations, this is saying once someone pushes the submit button, what's going to the message that they get. So by default, you're always going to have, thanks for contacting us, we'll get in touch with you shortly. If you want this changed to, hey, we've received your stuff, Margaret will be emailing you soon, this is where you change that. But this is the page that your website user is going to receive once they click the submit button. So this is where you save that. And that's just your quick rundown on how to build a form and how to make a new page for it or add it into an already existing section.